An exhibition at Powers Court Centre shows the 1916 stamp collection released by An Post to mark the Rising. I spoke with the GPO's historian Stephen Ferguson to find out more.
For 1916 this year, we've brought out a set of stamps, 16 stamps, and they're in slightly different formats. But the aim this year was to produce stamps that would be as broad as possible and give as wide a perspective on what happened in 1916 as possible. We designed stamps that would show all the different attitudes, and so the stamps, for instance, showing civilians, showing the women in 1916, showing people like Francis Sheehy Skeffington, who was a pacifist, who didn't want the rising to happen, showing one of the English soldiers who took part, and showing ordinary people around Dublin who were just affected by it as well.
Stephen showed me the stamp collection within the GPO, which dates back to the beginning of the state.
These are ones from early times, these are 1950s, and we have them organised by decade, so that the early ones were all basically one colour, and they were all sort of a lot of religious and historical topics. And then when we moved up into, say, the 70s and 80s, you got more colours in stamp production and a lot more different themes.
Stamps have always been an important part of Irish identity. The 1916 collection tries to capture Ireland just before its independence. What became apparent from my conversation with Stephen is that stamp collecting is a dying hobby in Ireland. With the internet and social media, less people are inclined to write and post letters. But I wanted to find a stamp collector who could tell me a bit more about the allure of collecting stamps. My search led me to Birr, County Offaly, where I met with William Wolfe, a stamp collector.
My mother bought me a stamp collector's book where you could insert stamps, and then we would start the stamps from envelopes would normally come into the house each day. It was your eyes that there was a world out there. I mean, stamps are connected to letters, so there was a whole world of communication going on.